Hey everyone, welcome back again to the Career Development Lab. My name is Niazi, and in the previous video, we are implementing this stuff that how to assign the default points to this new registered user, right? So now the time is to implement the administrator functionality where administrator can assign some points to a specific user, right? So now let's move to the administrator dashboard. Let me change the user role, it's admin. So let's click on this login, and here contact at the rate of cdlcell.com. So now I'm an admin, so I want to redirect this user. If I click on this logged in, so it's redirecting me on the home page, but I don't want to log in on the home page. I want to visit the administrator dashboard. So how to do this? So now let's log out this user. I will log in it again, but for this here, if I close this out and visit this login controller here, login controller, and in the login here by default it's going here, right? But I don't want to redirect this user here, right? I want to redirect this on the admin dashboard. So now let's remove this stuff, and you can also add some constant here. So this constant will be used into other files, into reset controller, verification controller, and some other controller. So not to use here uh, admin slash dashboard admin/dashboard into other files. Like if I go here, go to this reset password controller here, not to use this admin slash dashboard like this. Why you should not like this? Because you need to add one constant and reuse this content into all of the files. So what's the advantage of reusing this file, and why I'm forcing you to reuse this out? Because we need to code less, or just code less. And another thing which is very useful is, if I will change this here in the future, so I need to also change this here in the future. And if I did this in the 100 time, so I need to change this into the 100 files, right? But if I go here and add some constant here, constant name would be public. Remember, this should be public, otherwise you cannot access this constant into other files. uh, Constant. Okay, what's the name of the content? I'm going to name this redirect to sorry guys. Okay, here I'm going to assign this admin slash dashboard, and here I'm going to use this redirect to constant, right? If I'm on the same file where constant is initialized, so I need to use this self to use this redirect to property, right? So if I go here, click on this, so it's pointing on this, right? Okay, so now let's, as same here, I need to implement this thing here. So now I don't need to use this self because I'm in the different file. I need to use this login controller, and in the login controller we have redirect to, right? So now save this one, and if I click on this, so it's redirecting me here. If I did this here in future, I want to change this admin slash home, so I don't need to change this in the 100 files, right? So I will do this in the one file, and it will be applied to the all of the one. So that's is the beauty of using the code, reusability of code, right? So that's why I'm preferring and suggesting you to use these type of best practices in your project, so it will save you a lot of time in the future. Okay, reset controller, and also do this in other file like verification controller. Okay, login controller, redirect to, so this one reset is also done. We need to add this in, no, we don't need to add this in the register one. Okay, because admin will not be registered. Forgot controller, no. So here we need this confirm password. This would be the login controller, not class, it's a redirect to, right? Save this one, close this one, and here redirect to, right? Now if I go here and log in my user, click on this login, and yes, now I'm redirected on the admin slash dashboard, right? I'm logged in as admin. If I go here and log out this user, go here, change this role to the 0 and logged in as simple user, logged in, and yes, I'm on the simple user home, right? So in this way you can differentiate the simple user and administrator. So let's change this role to the 1 again, and here visit the admin dashboard, and yes, now I'm on the administrator section, right? So in this way you can redirect your user, admin user on the admin dashboard and simple user on the simple dashboard. Okay, so here one thing is I can implement the a sleek dashboard which I shown to you in the very first video, but I don't want to use this here because I want to add this all of the things here in this Laravel default things, and then later if it's needed, so I will add I will also tell you that how to use sleek dashboard and integrate all of the stuff into this sleek one, right? But here I want to create some I want to create admin dashboard functionality also here, right? So now let's close this one and visit the admin dashboard, right? This one. Here I need a form where where administrator will assign some default points to the user. So we need the form. So just form here, bootstrap 5 form, or you can directly visit getbootstrap.com, which is official website of Bootstrap, and get the form. Okay, this one is a form. Let's copy this and we need to refine this. Okay, not like this. Okay, so here this one is an extra thing. Okay, and these two things are extra stuff. This one is an also an extra stuff. I'll remove this thing, remove this, and also don't need this checkout button. And if I go here and give it a refresh, and yes, we have pretty email and password template, right? Here we'll replace this out. That the very first thing is here administrator will assign points to this user, right? So first administrator should select the user and then type the points, how many points administrator want to assign to this user, and then submit this out. Okay, so here would be the user name, right? And this would not be an input. Here I will load all of the user, so just type this select box, so username, so class would be form control, and the very first option would be choose option. This would be disabled and selected, choose option. Okay, and then here we will load all of the users here, right? For now I'm skipping this out and I'm going to this second one, points, and then this would be the number, and name would be points, right? Save this one, and now we need to also add some placeholder here. So enter points like 10. Save this one and give it a refresh, and yes, choose option and enter some points, right? And here user can also enter like this, right? Okay, so now I want to load the users here. So how to load the user? So we are opening this dashboard using dashboard controller. So let's go here, controller, admin, this one, dashboard controller. So here uh, we need to call all of the users, right? We need to load all of the users. So just type users, user model, right? So it's added at the top, and then all, right? So it will, let's dd that here, users, refresh it, and yes, returning the three users, right? But notice something here, it's also returning the Hidayat Niazi, which is an administrator. So we wouldn't want to reload those users who are an administrator, right? So how to load only simple user? So just simply go here and type where, and then type is admin. And I noticed that I want to teach you that what's the difference between these two things, right? So I will teach you in a minute. Okay, and then type 0 and call a get here. So now it will grab only two users. Yes, two users, so that energy will not be there. Yes, it is on. And the second one would be this one. This one is called, yeah, all. So it means that it's now not loading the administrator one, right? But what is this 0, right? So now I know that is admin, if the user is simple user, so that's why I added this 0. But think about this, if I will work after 6 months, so I totally forgot about this 0. What is what this 0 is representing? Or maybe if new developer came here and he didn't know that what's the application is doing, and he will think about that what is this 0, and then he need to do some R&D, and then he will able to understand that what is this 0, right? So why not to make this clear, right? To easily understand this by going by landing on the same line and understand it in a one line. So how to do this? So for this you need to use the constants, right? So constants are values which are similar like variables, but these are not changed, right? So we'll assign some constant to values, and we will use these constants, right? Okay, now question comes that how to use a constant in the Laravel. So if you are using some developer suggests that you need to create the some new file where you need to store all of the constants, right? But I follow always this to store the user model constant into the user model, then post model content into the post one. So that's an easy way to read these constant that these are using in the user model, these are using in the post model, and like this, right? So I like this convention, so you will like this. Okay, so here I'm going to create a convention constant, and also make sure to create this constant as public, otherwise you will not able to access this into the other files. Why I'm explaining it too much time, everything explaining too deep, because I want to teach each and everything which no one teaches on the YouTube, right? So believe me, this one is a premium course which I'm teaching you free of cost. So it's your responsibility is to support me on my this mission. So now question arises that how you can support me. So you can share my channel with your friends, so I will grow more, so I will shoot more courses like this. And you can also support me on this solutions.cdlcell.com. So here I launched this product where if you are facing some issue, so you will now you can post your issues here, so I will answer your issue. So like this, so someone posted this and now I answered this, and this one is solved, right? So in this way you can post your question and I will answer these questions, right? And you can if you want to need some dedicated help from my side, so you can click on this instant help and register into this one, and then you can get an instant help from mine, right? So this instant help will be the paid help, so you can get it from myself if you afford. So you can visit this instant help, and by using this product you can support me and also share my channel with your friends and also share your feedback about this series, right? Then I will probably know about that what you want in the videos, or what's the missing thing, or what should be improved in the videos. So then I'll be able to understand your thoughts, right? So here I'm creating the constant. So what's the name of constant? So constant would be the is admin. If it would be an is admin, I want to assign this one, right? And if this would be the user, mm, I think I need to add this simple uh, 0 and 1 like this, like this. Oops, I need to add this constant here. Constant like this. And one more thing, always write these constant in uppercase. These are recommended by by the PHP native or any of the language. So these constant always will be written in the uppercase, right? It's Laravel, PHP or JavaScript. Okay, uh, now let's how to use this constant. So we are going to use this in the dashboard controller. So first we need to reference the constant file, so it's a user model. So I added this user model, so this namespace added at the top, and here I want to call this constant add user, right? So now instead of 0, this user is now representing, if I click on it, so it's representing that user value is 0, right? If I add this admin here, so new user can instantly click on this and know that, oh, this 0 is representing to this simple user and 1 is representing administrator. So then he or she will be understand it quickly. Okay, so now what's the difference between this 2 equal and 3 equals, right? So for example you have first let's understand the example of this equals. For example you have one value, and then you have one value like this. So this means that this one is a assignment operator in the programming, right? But if you have value like this 1 equal 1, so this will return true, right? So one is integer and second one is string, but it will still return the true, right? But if I add here 3 equal, it means that I made this identical. So it's basically going to check its data types. It's integer, and this one is also an integer. If it's not an integer, so it will return the false, right? So it will also check the value and its data type, right? So that's the difference between 2 equal and 3 equal. Okay, so now let's remove this user from here and pass this to the view. So there are three ways to pass this to the view. The PHP native way is to use the compact method, and here pass your variable without the dollar sign. and then this user will be passed to this one. And another way is to pass this in array, like called your key, and then call this users like this. And in this way you can customize your key. If you want to add this admins, so you can use this admin key in the blade, right, in this admin.dashboard blade. So in this way you can customize your key. And another method is you can use with method. This one first contain the key, and then here you don't need to type array symbol, type comma and then users like this. So you can pass this user like this, right? So I always follow this compact and array, right? So users. So now let's go to this admin dashboard, and here I want to display my users, right? So always whenever you are implementing something, so think about this. For example, if you don't have any user, so what it will return? So first apply some checks. If you don't have any data, so it will not throw any error. So here type if, and here not directly type this users like this. Why? Because this is an array, so you need to check that if this array have some records, so then it will execute some things. Okay, so you need to add some count. So count is going to count the number of rows inside this array and pass this array. If the count is greater than 0, so it means that it's have some values. Okay, and here if it's have some values, I want to call a for each loop. And here first call the users as single user, and then let me end this for each. Okay, and here I want to call an option, and then here I want to assign the value of user ID. I don't want to pass the user name because I want to use this ID, so I can change the username in future. So this ID will reflect the same username. Otherwise, if you will pass this name, so you need to update this name everywhere where you are saving this name. So that's why we are referencing the ID. If username is changed, so this one will be passed through this ID, and then this username will be affected in all of the places. User name. Save this one and give it a refresh. And yes, we have two users, right? And here we have some points, right? Okay, now I want to submit this. And before this, whenever you are submitting something, so you need to do something. Oh my god, because we are doing this here in the dashboard, right? But in the dashboard, that's not good thing to implement this thing in the dashboard. So if I go here and add another file, another folder, which is post, but I will later on I will shift this code into the new blade file, because I don't want to write this in the dashboard.file. I will copy this just form, and then the file will be, you'll change the file. So take it easy. I will walk through all of the things. I will not to leave you anywhere. Okay, and here now we want to tell the Laravel that where we want to send our form. We want to post it, right? Use this post method. And then action, where we want to submit this form. So I want to submit this on which route? I want to submit this on the points post route, which we didn't create it right now. So now let's move here and create this route. Okay, so here route get admin slash points, and then this would be the here we need to create the points controller. So let's create this out. Inside the admin, I want to create the point controller. Make sure to create the singular controller, not the plural, right? It's a default convention which is followed by Laravel itself. Points controller, and here also point controller class, and then method would be the open points page, right? And admin dot points dot admin dot points dot what's the name of this one? This would be the index, right? And also copy this same. I did this for displaying the points page, right? For now we are displaying this on the dashboard, so later on we will move this out. We'll use this store points, right? Store points, and then slash points, and this one would be store, right? And this would be also post, right? Because we are submitting some form on this out. Go to this controller, points controller, and create these two method function open points page, and then return page. Okay, points page. Here another helper function which is store points and return something. So first let's call this default to request. So I want to return all of the request here. Okay, and then here call this store admin dot points dot store, right? And make sure to add the CSRF token here, otherwise it will throw 419, which is page expired error, right? Okay, if this are, and points would be 50, submit. And yes, we are submitting our token, our user ID, and points, right? Okay, great, our values are going there. Okay, so now I want to move this. So this one is implemented here. If I go back, this one is implemented in the dashboard one, right? So I want to create the points points form separate, and then I will add all of the stuff there. Points, okay, points index .php, and here if I copy all of this admin dashboard functionality here, right, and in the dashboard you are logged in as admin. So let's give it a refresh, and yes, displaying you are logged in as admin, right? And administrator. Okay, and here I have moved my logic here, right? So in the web.php file, here if I go here, go to this points controller, visit this out, and open some points view. So this one, in the admin we have points dot index, right? And here if I open this out, if I go here, visit this like this, admin slash points says countable arrays. Oh, so in the dashboard here we are passing all of the user, so we need to cut this out from there, right? Because now we are passing it from this points controller, not from this one, right? Paste this out here and pass this through this compact users. Add the user namespace at the top. Refresh. It's working fine. If I go here on the dashboard, so it's working fine. I can open the points and here I can submit all of the points, right? Okay. Oh my god, this video size is going too much bigger, and I can submit these points, and later on I will store these points into the database, right? And I want to pause this. I want to end this video here because this is 30 minutes long. And by the way, if you want to support me on this channel, subscribe this channel because I'm shooting this premium course. Free of cost. So it's your responsibility to support me, and please like the video and share it with your friends. I will meet you in the next one. Bye bye.